Well, his amendment is this. American workers and small business owners continue to feel the effects of the Democrats' policies in every aspect of their day, but particularly at the gas pump. As we sit here today, gas prices are at $5 a gallon in much of the country, truly historic levels. Further, in the first full week of this month, gasoline sales at U.S. stations were down over 8% compared with the same week last year, the 14th consecutive week that sales lagged behind 2021 levels. Now, I understand that that might actually be the goal of some of my Democrat counterparts, but it's deeply damaging to consumers and to small businesses. Let's examine for a moment how that might impact a family in my home state of Michigan, where I might add gas prices are higher than the national average, hovering around $5.15 a gallon. So for the average hardworking taxpayer in Michigan who works an 8-hour shift and then fills up their 13-gallon tank in Ottawa County on the way home, they end up with less than $20 in their pocket for a day's work, and that's before taxes. Now, if they happen to drive an SUV or a pickup to work, you can double that expense, meaning that they worked literally for nothing. Nowhere in the country has felt a recent surge in gas prices more than Michigan. According to AAA, which tracks more than 85,000 gas stations nationwide, Michigan had the highest average weekly gas price surge of all states. A year ago, gas hit $3 a gallon. Today's price at the pump has increased an astounding 73%. Now, I understand Democrats would like to point the finger at the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but in reality, gas prices were rapidly on their way up long before Vladimir Putin invaded the country. So, as we sit here today, debating bills that are not really relevant to concerning most Americans, residents in West Michigan face record gas prices. I certainly don't need to tell the chairwoman that high gas prices are being felt everywhere. All we need to do is look no further than her home state of California, where gas prices hit $6.40 a gallon in Los Angeles County. My amendment aims to refocus the conversation, and until the Securities and Exchange Commission determines that inflation has returned to the normal rate of 2% a year, the provisions of this bill shall not take effect. I will remind you that the Office of Small Business Advocate lies within the SEC. Let me offer you one more example of how dire this situation has gotten. Last week, the Detroit Free Press ran a story about a local sheriff in central Michigan, Isabella County, who had already exhausted 96% of his annual fuel budget with 3.5 months to go. Allegan County, which is going to be in the new 4th District and just lies below my home county, is dealing with a similar situation, as are the state police. In response, deputies have now been instructed to manage calls wherever they can by phone. Let me just let that sink in for a moment. I think what is lost in this debate is the impact that rising gas prices have on our local communities, especially those who are struggling to recover from the last couple of years. These communities' budgets are already stretched, and in the end, they'll have to decide which government services get funded and which ultimately will not. The bills that we are debating today will do nothing to lower energy prices. They'll do nothing to ease the pain at the gas pump. They'll do nothing to help American, hardworking, tax-paying American families' lives better. So before concluding, let me leave you with one more statistic. The Washington Post reported last week that AAA took 50,787 out-of-gas calls in April. In April alone, a 32% jump from the same month last year. Families all across the nation are facing difficult choices. Do I fill up my car with gas, or perhaps fill my prescription? Or maybe put food on the table? We as a committee can do better. Frankly, we must do better. And with that, I yield back the balance of my time.